Hi all, this is Dr. J, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather really wasn't the problem. Even though it started out super beautiful, it turned rather yucky, cold, damp, nasty towards evening, and the Dow turned bitter cold as well. So it's not the weather, it's the Dow, it's the market that's got me under the weather today. So much so that I'm postponing the lesson 2 of the charting class until tomorrow. I'm postponing my special report on biotech until tomorrow. But there is one biotech that I really want to talk about, and that's Johnson and Johnson. I am angry, very angry, and I'll tell you why. But first, let me just say that do your own due diligence. My opinions of my own do not constitute investment advice. And occasionally I do have great ideas. And if you want to follow me, do so at your own risk. Please subscribe and hit the like button. That's it. Now, what I want to tell you is that I'm mad. Did I say I was mad? I shouldn't smile when I say I'm mad. Let me try to grimace. I am one mad dude. I'm mad, seriously. And anyone at J&J, Johnson & Johnson, who had knowledge of asbestos in baby powder. Right now, it's just an allegation. But if it proves true, as Trump says, lock them up. I mean, come on. You're poisoning America's youth. If that occurred over a two-decade period, as alleged, there were babies back then that are young men and women, or even middle-aged men and women today that are in danger of getting mesothelioma and lung cancer. Horrible thought. I mean, it's bad enough that J&J was implicated in using talcum powder, which caused, proven to cause ovarian cancer. Just maybe they didn't know that link back then. That's a different story. I'm not absolving them of blame. I don't know the particulars. I don't know how the lawsuits are going with the talcum powder case because of the ovarian cancer link. But like I said, it's beyond belief that executives at J&J's gave the okay to sell baby powder laced with asbestos. It hurts my head. It really does. Not only does J&J deserve to have gone down 50 billion in 2 days since the news broke, but it deserves to be slashed in half based on that. Worse, it shouldn't even be allowed to exist. Now, I say that partly in jest because I don't want the shareholders who had no implication of guilt to take a licking necessarily. I think it's a situation where you have to go after the individuals involved and prosecute them to the full extent of the law if they can prove the case. Now, I don't know enough about the facts right now. It's innocent until proven guilty. That's our system and a good system. I'm just saying, if it is the case, it makes me sick to my stomach. The Dow also made me sick to my stomach today, as did the NASDAQ, as did the Russell 2000, as did the S&P 500, as did every sector in the marketplace, as I saw nothing but red, yucky poo. Yucky poo is an exclamation that I don't give lightly. Yucky poo is as strong as it gets. Let's take a look at this yucky poo Dow, which I said was going to go down for a few days when I saw that long shadowed doji 3 days ago. I gave warning, but I to be honest, I didn't think it'd be this bad this quick. Looks really ominous now. Let's get to the video charts. keep in mind, I'm not happy. I don't like big losses in my portfolio. And even though I kind of knew that it might be coming, I tried to sway the evidence to the optimistic side. Now I'm going to have to take a more realistic, unfortunately, view of where we are in the Dow. Okay, here's where we are. Where are we? Well, we broke out of this triangle a little bit earlier than I thought, and with a big downward move today. So I thought maybe we would break the triangle and close above it. That didn't happen. We closed way below it, and we closed at an old trend line. So we made a low at an old trend line. So it bounced exactly where it was supposed to bounce, and we're also in the middle of two support structures right here at 23, whatever this is, 23.5, and I think 23, let's take a look, 23.350, something like that. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Probably a continuation, more of the same, I'm afraid. It looks like the Elliott Wave gurus, Procter and Company, might just be right that we're in a wave 3 of 3 down, in which case we're going to see more big, volatile downward moves that look like today. 500 points at a time. At some point, we will get a wave 4 up. That'll be like a relief rally. Hard to say when that is, because if you look below this level of support, it's almost straight down. At least the first possible support is at about 22,100, 200. So maybe that's an area where we could stop and get a wave 4 up. But it looks to me like there's an excellent chance we go down another 1,400 points. Ooh, that's nasty. So fasten your seatbelts. It could be precipitous. I hope not. I hope it holds right at this support level. I hope that we get a bounce back into the triangle that we just came out of. But at the very best, I think what we're going to see is not a crash, but a slower drift down, a more orderly drift down to that lower level that I was talking about. And maybe we do stay in the outer triangle for the next few days. So I'm looking for it to be contained in the outer triangle, not the inner. It's already out of the inner, but maybe the outer triangle will hold it so that we get a more slower, more orderly descent, which gives people time to make decisions. I hate these 500-point moves. Johnson & Johnson, take a look at the chart. Oh, I forgot to show you that gravestone doji again, but you could look at it yourself on the Dow. Johnson & Johnson was in a nice upward channel until the news came out and went down pretty significantly. Where are we? Okay, so it actually has made a green candle on the day. Green candle on the day. Low 126, open 128. Yeah, it closed above the open. So even though it was down almost 4 points, it actually made a green candle. bouncing off an old trend line. How old a trend line is it? Let's minimize this a little bit. It's a real old trend line going back to the highs of January and February. Wow. So this is a real old, long trend line that it found support at. It's amazing how these down slides find support at a major trend line or at a fib number. I can't explain it, but it seems to always work that way, or more often than not, than just stop in an arbitrary place. Maybe people are looking for that trend line and then start going long. I don't know. But same is true with the fib numbers. Okay, so here's the high. We have a double top or a triple top at 148. I don't think there's much to worry about in challenging that for a long time. I think the question is, will this trend line hold? And maybe yes, maybe no. If not, we're looking at probably the 120 area for J&J, maybe another 10 points down. Okay, so either we're good for a while, or it goes through this trend line all the way down to this area at 120. I don't think we're good. I don't think J&J is rebounding after just 2 days. I think we're going to see more pain, more red, more bloodshed. So I would expect another 10 points. If you're interested in buying, I would be looking at this level here. I mean, people are going to possibly bargain hunt this. I think it's trading below book. So at some point, the bargain hunters will jump in right around this level here, right around the 120 level. I think that's where we're heading. So that's all I'm going to talk about today is the Dow and how disgusting J&J asbestos in baby powder turns me off. It wants to make me puke. I mean, it's just god-awful is what it is. If people knew about this and wrote it up in memos and poisoned our babies, how bad is that? That's about as low as it gets. Adios, amigos. Tomorrow is another day, maybe a brighter day, maybe a sunnier day, maybe a better day on Wall Street. Adios. Ciao. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about it.